The man with the burned scar was recently brought up in One Piece as a major plot point. In order to get to the final island, Laugh Tale, one would need to find the man with the burned scar as he is key to it. The recent chapter of One Piece has revealed quite a bit of information about the man with the burned scar. However, his identity still remains unknown at this point in time. Despite that, based on little clues that Oda has left behind, the identity of this man might just be narrowed down. The Four-Road Poneglyphs. Before knowing more about the man with the burned scar, it is important to know his role in the story. As explained in the Zou arc of One Piece, poneglyphs hold tremendous importance. Not only are they informational texts that reveal bits of history or point to the location of other poneglyphs or ancient weapons, but they also hold tremendous importance when it comes to finding the One Piece. Out of all the poneglyphs, four are known to be red, and these red poneglyphs are what are known in the world of One Piece as road poneglyphs. Once someone gets their hands on all the road poneglyphs, they can then find the location of the final island, Laugh Tale, and get their hands on the One Piece. Immediately after the road poneglyphs were introduced to the fans, it was made known that one of them rests with Yonko Big Mom and another rests with Yonko Kaido. Meanwhile, another one of them was on Zou, where all the minks were protecting it in the heart of the whale forest. The final road poneglyph, however, which was once on Fishman Island, appears to be missing right now. That is exactly where the man with the burned scar comes in. Everything revealed about the man with the burn. After the conclusion of the War of Wano, it was Killer and the kid who ended up mentioning the man with the burned scar. First of all, according to them, if they wanted to get their hands on the One Piece, they needed to get serious about him. Luffy and the crew had no idea about who this person was. However, Kid ended up not telling them, as he wanted to stay ahead in the race for the One Piece. Not much was revealed about this mysterious person after that. However, in One Piece 1081, the man with the burned scar was brought up once again. This time, it was the Blackbeard crew that mentioned him when they were drinking with Kuzan. They mentioned that the man with the burned scar sails on a ship that has pitch black sails. Any ship that comes near it ends up sinking in a whirlpool caused by some unnatural phenomenon. According to Lafitte, this man might possess a devil fruit power that allows him to manipulate whirlpools and, thus, sink ships that approach him. Blackbeard has been searching for this man ever since, and he even asked Kuzan about him, only to be met with a lack of knowledge on this subject. The identity of man with the burned scar. Pinpointing the identity of the man with the burned scar is very hard at this point in time. After all, fans do not have much to go by. However, a very popular idea is that the man with the burned scar is none other than Jaguar D. Saul. Saul was burned in the battle that Ohara fought against the world government 22 years ago in the West Blue. He then ended up taking all the books of Ohara to Elbaf, which is where he is residing currently. However, with the recent information about the man with the burned scar sailing on a black pirate ship being revealed, and the fact that this person can cause whirlpools, Saul might not be this person. The man with the scar has to be someone who knows about the One Piece and, at the same time, someone who could take the poneglyphs from Fishman Island. As such, it could be a former member of the Roger Pirates. At this point in time, none other than Scopper Gabon comes to mind. However, Gabon does not have a burned scar that the fans know of. The best possible guess for the identity of the man with the burned scar right now would be that it is an entirely new character who is, in some way, related to Roger. Curiously, Oda also mentioned decades ago that in the endgame of One Piece, he would like to draw a pirate with an eye patch. Perhaps this pirate will have a face burnt so bad that he wears an eye patch on one side. Chances are that this person is someone the fans know already. However, with the recent revelation, fans should be leaning towards the possibility that it is an entirely new character. One Piece. What's next for Trafalgar Law? Months ago, Eiichiro Oda confirmed that One Piece would be entering the final saga. Some fans questioned whether it was really true because there were still many things that were unexplained. However, Oda has cleared all the doubts with the recent chapters. In chapter 1079, Eustace Kid, one of the pirates considered closest to the One Piece, suffered a crushing defeat at the hands of Shanks. The defeat meant that Kid was out of the race, and it put his involvement in future arcs at risk. In the latest One Piece chapter, it was revealed that another one of Luffy's main rivals had been taken out. This time it was Trafalgar Law, the captain of the Heart Pirates. pirates. How did Law get caught in the mess? After Kaido and Big Mom's defeats, Law, Luffy, and Kid decided to dissolve the alliance. The three worst generation captains headed in different directions, which wouldn't be revealed until later. Luffy was the first supernova whose location was revealed by Oda. The captain of the Straw Hat Pirates found himself on Egghead Island, which is home to Dr. Vegapunk. Before Luffy and his crew could get away from the island, they were attacked by CP0 and then the Seraphim. Elsewhere, Eustace Kid was traveling to find the man with burn marks. His search took him to Elbaf, the nation of giants. Normally, Kid would have easily overwhelmed the giants with his devil fruit powers, but his confidence took a hit when he found out that the red hair pirates were docked on the island. Killer warned Kid that it would be too reckless to engage in combat with the Yonko's crew. Unfortunately, his pleas fell on deaf ears. As the Kid pirates drew closer and closer to the territory, Shanks decided to leave the island and face the young pirate. The Yonko used his Kenbunchaku haki to see the future, and he was horrified by what he saw. Then Beckman noticed that Shanks may have seen a bad future, so he wasn't surprised when his captain decided to fight the Kid pirates head-on. As soon as Shanks got close to Victoria Punk, he used Divine Departure to take out Kid and Killer. After taking their road Pongilus, Shanks ordered Dory and Broggy to finish them off. Trafalgar Law was headed toward Winter Island, where Blackbeard lay in wait. Once the Yonko caught a whiff of the supernova, he wasted no time in attacking him. The Blackbeard pirates showed off their devil fruit powers, and it became insanely difficult for the Heart pirates to repel their attacks. With no other option left, Trafalgar Law and his crewmates docked on Winter Island. Law had to fight Blackbeard, who wanted to take away his road poneglyph rubbings. The two pirates continued to fight, but the results were kept under wraps until chapter 1081, when it was revealed that Law and his crew had been beaten by the Blackbeard pirates. Law was in bad condition, and all his crew members except for Beepo were sinking to the bottom of the sea. Escape and possible role in the future. Blackbeard was licking his lips at the prospect of getting his hands on the Op no Mi. But before the Yonko could try something funny, Beepo transformed into his monster/Sulung form using the Chopper's medicine. After transforming, Beepo attacked the Blackbeard pirates and ran away with Law in his arms. Since the ship of the Heart pirates was also destroyed, Beepo and Law had to escape via sea. Law wanted Beepo to go back for his crewmates, but his right-hand man asked him to trust them, as they had survived tougher situations before. While they may have been humbled by the Blackbeard pirates, the Heart pirates can still hold their heads high. It is evident from Blackbeard's condition that Law managed to damage the Yonko quite a bit. Kid, in contrast, couldn't even react to Shanks' attack, never mind harm him. Law's escape means that he is going to survive till the very end, which is good news for his fans. There was a lot of speculation that Law might not make it to the end of the series, but the recent developments changed things completely. Law cannot participate in any major fights for the foreseeable future, but it would be unwise to rule him out entirely. Law has the power of the Op no Mi, and he should be able to use it to heal himself. Law has performed much more complicated operations before, and there's no reason why he can't do something similar for himself. After he is done recuperating, Law will aim to rescue his crew members. It is quite apparent that Law cares a lot about his crewmates and wants to keep them safe at all costs, so he will try his best to find them unless they get to him first. Law's survival also means that he could possibly return to participate in the final war. While he may not be on the level of Luffy, Shanks, or Blackbeard, he is still a very capable fighter who can make a difference with his abilities. That's a wrap for this video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll be back with more amazing videos very soon. 行くぞ野郎